Greetings. This is a little different than my normal Tarot Tuesday because today I'm going to do my best to participate in a tag that appeared here on YouTube. I believe it was a tag, I believe it originated maybe in July. I just saw it. I just saw it. I came across it. I was not tagged. I want to make it very clear. I was not tagged in the tag. I am a Badinsky, if you would want to say in the tag. I just thought I would push my way into it because I don't always participate in the tag, but I thought the nature of the questions in the tag were such that it would enable me to discover some new channels that I have never heard of before, that I would very much like to hear of. I have to explain a little bit that I somehow have a disconnect with most of the witchy community here on YouTube. I have for a while. I don't know. I think it's possibly a problem because the videos, the demographics of the videos, now that I'm ancient, they're wanting me to learn about my all kinds of, I get suggestions on my YouTube page for videos that I might want to watch about all kinds of things, like about the health of my bladder and incontinence and blood pressure and aging and loss of sexual and whatever, just crazy things. I don't even want to say. I don't get any interesting channels recommended to me anymore at all, and I don't watch those other things, and I don't really want to, and so I don't know what's happened. It's just they've decided, oh my goodness, the woman is old. Let's show her some old people videos. So anyway, pardon me for butting in if this is none of my business, but I thought it would be fun to try. The first two questions, there are 25 questions. I will answer them as briefly as I can because I don't know if anybody wants to hear my answers or not. The first two questions I will answer together because they ask my channel name, the significance behind it, and the content that I create on the channel, and I think they kind of go together. My channel originally was called Good Wife, G-U-I-D-W-I-F-E, Good Wife, which is an archaic spelling of the words good wife. It was a 14th century greeting in Scotland, commonly used to form of address for women of a class, a social class. This came about because of my hobby, one of my hobbies, which I'm kind of jumping ahead, but one of my hobbies for over 25 years has been participating in a medieval recreational historical hobby group, a group we recreate life as it would have been in the Middle Ages. It's called the SCA. It's a very, very large organization worldwide, and we do a lot of research and study, and we try to reproduce some of the ways that people did to live. We dress in a certain way and things, and we do a lot of camping activities. And our camping group that we were with most of the time, a household which we had, in that household, my title was Good Wife. I was the good wife of the household. It meant that I was not the mistress of the household. I was not in charge of the household, because we were all equal really in who was in charge of the household, but I was in charge of the management of the household. I managed the camp. I managed the meals. I managed, all the logistics of the camp. Make sure we had firewood and all those things. Okay. So when I first came onto YouTube, Good Wife became my username, so I didn't use my regular name. And I was on YouTube for several years as a viewer, before it became my channel. So when I started my channel, it just was Good Wife. It remained Good Wife for many years. And then I realized somewhere along the line that Good Wife was confusing to so many people because, first of all, they didn't know how to say it, how to pronounce it. But secondly, they didn't know what it was about. If you didn't ever watch or were recommended my channel, you didn't know what it was about. So several years ago, I added Good Wife. I changed it to Good Wife at the Crone House because that's really what it's about. I am a crone. You can see I'm a crone. I'm 70. I'm not ashamed. That's what I am. Actually, I'm 71, so I'm a lying crone. Sorry. But I talk about what my life, my day-to-day life at the crone house where I live with my husband, who is also a witch. How we live our day-to-day life and how we incorporate magic into our everyday life. That's what it's about. So it's the happenings here at the crone house that is the focus of my channel. Okay. What else I want to say there? The type of channel that I have is, I guess it's just a blog. I'm so backward in these things that I'm not even sure what kind of channel I have. I would consider it a vlog, because I started video talking about on the video what I used to talk about just in a regular blog that I had on the internet. But I do share how-to things, and I show how to do spells. I show how to do herbs, what I do with my herbs. We're big gardeners, and I make up all my incense and my oils, and I do all of those things, and I show you how to do them. I share all of my experience and my knowledge as a crone, because that's what crones do, right? So it's a little bit of everything, but it's all revolving around the everyday life of a witch, okay, of a crone. Okay. I'm also a professional tarot reader, and I teach tarot, so I incorporate tarot into my videos as much as I can. Okay. Okay, number 3 says, what inspired you to start your channel? Well, as I said, I started to, and I should incorporate 4 into that, because 4 is about how long have you been on YouTube as a creator. So I should put those 2 together, 3 and 4. And I will list the questions down below if anybody wants to do the tag. But anyway, I became a member of YouTube community in 2011. And I watched a lot of the witches that were here on YouTube at the time, and I very much wanted to be a part of that community. So I made my first video in February of 2013. So 10 years ago. For 10 years, I've been making videos here on YouTube, which shows you I've made 400 videos. Which shows you if you want to stay undercover out of the public eye, if you want to stay, keep your life private, go on YouTube and make some videos, because so many people on YouTube making videos that we never ever see, and so it's not quite the scary place as it used to be. Like, people used to be very afraid of being on YouTube because they were, in the witchy community in 2011, there was not a big community. At least that I saw. It was, I could name names. If I could go to anybody else that was around at that time and start naming the names, we would name the same channels. Now there are so many channels that we could name all day that I don't even see them duplicated in a lot of lists, because there's just so many. So it's easy to be sort of incognito here and on today, which is a good thing, both a good thing and a bad thing. It keeps you a little safer, perhaps, but it also, if you're here to be noticed, maybe not. So I'm not sure. But anyway, I very much wanted to be a part of that community, and it was really important to me. But there's also, I want to be sharing the knowledge. I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a lot of opinion, and I like to have somebody to share with. So I like to do that as much as I can. So I really enjoyed that, because I'm also a retired teacher. I was a teacher, and so I also have that desire to teach people what I know, to show them what to do. Okay, let's see here. What are your hobbies outside of the channel? Well, number 5, I already mentioned that I was in the SCA, the Historical Recreational Group. In that capacity, I was a performer. I was both acting and singing and playing instrument, and I was very proficient at medieval cooking on fire, on flame, and I still enjoy that a lot. My husband and I really love that. We cook a lot on wood fire. Fiber craft, you know, spinning my own wool, dyeing my own wool with natural substances, and creating things out of that wool. Gardening, cooking of all kinds, baking. We bake all of our own breads and things. I love reading. I'm part of a book club. I love that. And we're starting a new hobby. We just bought, not long ago, a bus, a retired shuttle bus that we're going to create. We're going to convert into a kind of a RV. Sort of a unique kind of RV like we would, and we're going to take our lives on the road a little bit, some of our magic, some of my tarot maybe. We're just going to go and do some trips, some short trips, and so we decided once we redo the bus, we're going to be probably starting up a second channel with that. So we're excited about that. So that's going to be a big hobby that's going to occupy a lot of my life. Okay, number 6, is there a new style of content that you want to try? Well, I have to say, I've tried really hard to do some live streaming. I really want to do some live streaming because I am terrible at, I don't have enough time to answer questions of people. And I think that would be a good format. I'm going to try to do that, to put up a live video, a live video where I'm answering some of the questions that I have received. And then if anybody is available to come and watch and ask more questions, that they can ask me at the time and I can answer them live. I'd like to be able to do that. I'd like to have that ability to have a little bit of a communication between the people that watch me, my viewers, and myself. I know it's difficult because I have a lot of people that watch me from all over the world, and time zones can be a problem sometimes. But it just would be nice. I miss that ability to talk to people. You know, now that I think since we've been quarantined with the pandemic, so many of us got used to doing things on Zoom, and so people that we didn't even see, couldn't see face to face, we got very adept at communicating on camera. We can talk, and it feels like you're in the, you know, you're with them. My book club, as a matter of fact, meets on camera all the time. On Zoom, and we do that a couple of times a month, and you know, we have wonderful friendships. We've made wonderful friendships with people that live on the other side of the country from me, and it's lovely. So I'd like to kind of have a little bit of that with my subscribers, if it's possible, and some of that might come if I can at least answer your questions. And if you have the ability to ask me questions too, that might be nice. So I'd really like to look into that. So that's maybe what I want to do there. Okay. Number 7, how do you plan out your content? Well, rather poorly. Rather poorly. I have to say, I'm sometimes in a panic for content. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of lists that I've scribbled down of ideas for videos that then I can't find the list or whatever. So I'm going to try to put myself into a little bit of a system. I've been trying to become inspired by some of the other YouTube creators who have this empire, who have built an empire on YouTube. I never want to do that. That's not my aspiration, but I'm very in awe of how they organize themselves so much. And I do realize that that is something that I have to do because I'm just making a mess of it. But I'm always behind. I'm always thinking, oh dear, I have to come up with a video for this week, or and I really would like to be a little bit ahead of my video so I don't have to do that. Put a little more time and thought into my video. I'm trying to shoot it. I tend to right now, I'm planning the video, shooting the video, editing the video, and uploading the video all on the same day, and I'm one person and I do all that myself. I don't have any help with any of that, and I'm so technically challenged. It's really hard for me to do. I have to say, I'm not really the computer generation, as you can tell. So that's a little hard for me. So I think if I can find a good system I can put into place, that I can improve that. That's my goal. Okay, let's see here. What I think, okay, let's see. What are the tools of my trade? Oh, this is a bad one. This is a bad one. I started out with a little movie camera. I think it was a little Sony movie camera, and I used that for years and years. But then I discovered the picture was so poor, and it was not compatible with any of my. When I was trying to edit something, I just really couldn't edit it properly, so I really couldn't do that. So I thought I will upgrade, because I'm writing a book I'm writing a book as well, and I wanted some good pictures for my book, the ability to take some pictures for my book. So I bought a nice camera, a really nice digital camera, Nikon camera that takes beautiful pictures, and it also does video, and I thought that'd be fantastic. But the problem with it is the video quality is so high, high resolution, that it would take me like 3 days to upload that into my software to edit, and it's just, I don't have that kind of time. So I went back, and I'm now just doing it on my phone. I'm filming on my phone, either my phone or my webcam. I have a couple webcams that I use with my computer. I just use the mic that's on the phone, or the mic that's on the webcam, or the mic that's on the computer. My editing, I use Filmora. I want to share Filmora 12 I have now, and oh my goodness, so much hassle. It's so much hassle. I don't, because I think, it's a good program, but it is made for somebody who's trying to shoot a movie, like with all these effects, and I just need to make some cuts, maybe put some voiceovers, maybe put some music. It's very hard for me to use. I'm having trouble. So I'm going to try to learn how to edit on my phone if I can. I don't know. I have to say, I'm very technically challenged. I don't understand the terminology. You see, if you haven't grown up with computers, you haven't grown up with anything like that, it's really difficult to do it. And this is where I come up with number 9. As a content creator, do you experience burnout? If so, what does it look like, and how do you recover from it? Well, my burnout, if I'm going to have burnout, that's where it comes from, that it takes me so long to do a video. And I really want to do the video. I get excited about the video. I get excited about sharing things that I have with the people that want to watch it. I really want to share some things. But when it takes me so long to do all of this and worry, and my lighting is bad, and I can't even tell you, I put so much money into I keep buying more lights and more, I just can't get ahead of it. I don't have the right thing, or I don't know how to use them properly. So, it just takes me so long. I have sat and edited for 18 hours just trying to upload, or, it's something, I don't know what it is that causes it to be so, just whatever causes it to take so long. I don't know, because I have to upload it to first of all, when it goes through my phone, it goes into the cloud, so I have to convert it, put it on the cloud, then I have to download it from the cloud into my computer, put it into my editing software, then I have to get it off there, and if it has to render, I don't know what it does all these things, and then it just takes so long. And then convert, after you get your edited film, then you have to convert that to a form that it can be uploaded to YouTube, which takes hours, sometimes hours. I don't know why, but it does for even a short, like a 30-minute video. It will take so long. And then it goes up to YouTube, and then it converts from YouTube into another version. I don't know. It makes me kind of crazy. It makes me crazy. It gives me burnout. That's what gives me burnout. How do I recover? Red wine. Okay, number 10 is, which video are you most proud of, and why? Well, all my videos are my children, so I'm proud of them all. I would have to say that as a crown, but no, some of them are pretty garbage. But which video am I most proud of? There are 2 that stick in my mind. And the first one that sticks in my mind is in 2020, in October of 2020. We were still here in California very much under, inside. We were here in California inside for a couple years. I was pretty much here for 3 years. Anyway, we would just, and Samhain is such an important time for us, and Halloween and all that. So anyway, I thought I'm going to do 30 days of Halloween. And I actually did 31 videos in the month of October, one for each day in 2021, something to do with Halloween. I showed how to make some things. I showed how to, some things I was, cooking, some things I was, I'm not even sure. But, and it's on a playlist on my channel if you want to see it. But I was proud of it because the content was really good. I mean, I think it was good. But coming up with and actually accomplishing putting up 31 videos actually with the intro video. It was 31 videos, so every day for a whole month I did it. And I didn't think I could do that. I didn't think I'd ever be able to do that. And I was so proud of myself that I did it. I felt so accomplished. I can't even tell you. Okay. And then the single video, if I want to say the single most video that I was proud of, was I did a video. I realized that because I have 400 videos, a lot of my content videos are old. A lot of them are really old and they're lost and who knows where they are. I have to tell you about them for you to go find them. And I thought there's some really good information in some of those videos. So I thought this was a good thing for me to do, and I'm experimenting, trying to put some clips from those old videos together by subject matter. And that's what I did, and I came up with a video called The Care and Feeding of Spells, because I had some questions from people. Because I'm always saying, I feed my spells, I want to feed my spell. And they say, what do you mean by feeding the spell? So I showed some clips I just put together, an assortment of clips from my videos, different kinds of spells, and I did a voiceover explaining what kind of spell this was and how does it need fed. If so, how does it need fed? And I just put that together and I edited it all together. And I was so proud of that because that had to have, I had to do voiceovers. I had to do, putting clips, finding the clips, putting them together, which sounds so simple to somebody who's really good on using this kind of, equipment. I'm just not. And I was proud. I think it came out pretty well. So I was real excited about that. And I'm going to try to do some more of those. I like that. And I will I'll put links. I'll include some links here for both of those if you want to go find both the playlist and the Care and Feeding of Spells, which you might want to see. Okay, number 11. Who inspires you within the magical pagan YouTube community? Well, this is kind of hard for me to pick any people out. Because again, it's like asking somebody who's 70 years old, who are your favorite musicians? And I will probably start out with saying, I will name musicians that you don't even know who they are. They've been long gone or long dead or whatever. So when I name things like that, or what were your favorite movies, I might name, movies that, from the 70s or from the 60s or 70s or the 80s, you don't even know. So it's a little hard for me to recommend because a lot of the people that inspired me the most were the people from my early days here on YouTube. Most of them are not on making videos anymore regularly. I could, if I want to be inspired, one I could name would be Tequila, of course, the Lady Grave Dancer, who she comes and goes from time to time, but she's been here forever, and she goes away a while and she comes back, and she really inspires me, and she inspires me a lot of ways. And I did have the opportunity to meet her in person, so, and I see she's authentic as she would ever want to see. I'm really inspired by that, and I think that is the qualification. I can be just as inspired by a new young witch or a new young content creator here in the community. I can be just as inspired by somebody who is young, but it is about, are you showing yourself? Are you showing me who you really are? Are you showing everybody who you really are? What is unique about you? Are you showing your personality? And not worried that you're looking the part or acting the part or having all the stuff, or, anybody can do that, but what are you providing? What are you contributing to the community? And that's what I really like to see. I like to see that a lot, because everybody has something to share. Everybody has some kind of a gift, And I really love it when people are open with that. Okay. Recommending channels, again, I don't know. I think I recommend you to watch the other channels that are in this tag who are recommending channels, because I want to trust them, because they will tell you, like for instance, Starlight the Wild Witch, who I think started this tag, she has quite a few recommendations on her video, and she tells you why she recommends them, and she gives you the link. So I recommend you look at those and look and see yourself. And again, look at the other people that have done the tag and see what they recommend, because they're really people that are very active in the community now. And as much as I'm very active in making videos, as much as I'm very active in, you know, contributing, making my contributions to the community, nobody knows me. Nobody knows me, and I don't know many of these people, and I'm going to make a point to go check them out and see if I can't find a place in the community today. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that too. Number 13, do you believe there are misconceptions about being a magical pagan YouTuber? Well, yes, there might be. There might be. You know, there's always misconceptions. There's misconceptions on all communities, not just this community, because I watch other people. I watch gardening channels because I'm a gardener, and there are misconceptions. Just because somebody has a gardening channel and stands up and talks to you about tomatoes doesn't mean the information they're going to give you about tomatoes is good information. So the same goes, you know, to any kind of channel you watch. So you have to be really careful about that. But I don't think that's the problem so much in the pagan community, the witchy community. One of the things is we are not the same. None of us are really the same, and we have to remember that. When people call themselves a witch, or people call themselves, you know, pagan, or whether people call themselves Wiccan, or whatever they call themselves, we have so many different people. And I'm going to explain something to you. I am a solitary. My husband and I are solitaries, but we are also covened. We are also covened. We are a high priest and high priestess within a Wiccan coven. But our practice, our personal practice, is not necessarily Wiccan, if that makes sense. Our ritual practice with our community of the coven is Wiccan. It's Wiccan. But our personal, private practice at home is more leaning towards, I don't know a folk witch, or we use, you know, we're very connected to the ground and the gardening and making our herbs and making our you know, oils and things. So that's more of me. I'm the good wife of the grown-house, okay? My husband leans more towards Druidism. It's kind of odd, in his personal belief and personal practices. So it's possible for us to combine these things. We do that. People maybe not like it. They don't like it because he put labels on it, and then it offends the people that have the label. Okay? Some people, so we want to be careful with the same thing, like the label witch means so many different things to so many people. Within my own group of people that I know, that personally that are witches, call themselves witches, some are very spiritual, and they're very spiritual in their practice, but they do not do spells. Other people that I know they love the ritual, but they're not spiritual at all. They like to do it. They like the camaraderie, the being together with people, you know, the community of that, but they really don't, it doesn't mean a whole lot to them. And there's other people that do spells a lot. Like I'm a spell. I do spells. I'll do a spell. This whole room of mine is nothing but where I do my spells. I love to do spells. I love to create spells and to work the craft. I really work the craft, which doesn't have a lot to do with Wicca. Now Wicca, a lot of Wiccans do, but it's not a criteria. You know, it's really not a criteria how many spells you have to be able to do or whatever. So that's a misconception. When we come onto YouTube and we're looking for witches, or we're looking for pagans, you know, there's some pagans that are only interested in goddesses. They're not interested in the gods at all. Okay? There are some people that are, you know, just, you know, so just be careful. I want to say, be careful of how we define the terminology that we use in some of these things. Okay, so I think that's a misconception. There's another misconception that we all have to look a certain way. I don't look anything like a lot of the witches, the young witches on here. They're all witchy, and I don't look like that. You know, I don't. I look like if I was going to dress up like a witch as Halloween, I would probably just put on my clothes and go. I might even have my apron on. You know, and knock, knock, ding, dong, trick or treat. That's what I look like as a witch. Okay. Enough of that. Number 14, what do you like and dislike most about being on YouTube? What do I do? I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm questioning, you know, if I'm interpreting the question right. What I dislike most, I dislike the time that I put into it, and the fact that nobody watches me. That there's such an imbalance there. That's what I kind of dislike that. I dislike that I've been around for so many years and nobody knows me. That kind of makes me feel sad. But I have to say, as far as the experience of YouTube, I feel sad when I do not see people. And I think that makes me sadder. So many people just show their hands and they want to keep, I understand that they want to keep, you know, they want to protect their identity, I guess, their face, but I think if you want to show yourself on a public forum, like in this big public media thing, you need to, I don't think you can stay, I think the idea about trying to stay hidden in that is a little bit odd, because people know, you know, it's just like you go on Facebook, you know, I said to my husband the other day, do you think we should get a new couch? And then I got on Facebook today, and I've got couch ads all the way down my page on Facebook. Like that little person sitting inside my computer heard me say that, and there it is. You know, we all have that experience, right? So I just like the fact that everybody wants to be in know me, but they don't want me to know them. That's what I dislike, if that makes sense. That sounds sort of, I don't know, it sounds sort of odd, but that's kind of, I feel like the balance, there's not a balance. Where when I say, like this is when I get to be the crone in my crone voice, I go back and say, in 2011, back in my day, everybody was there. They were there. And as a matter of fact, there was even a way on YouTube that you could just, it wasn't like a tag, it was like a video response. There was a button on with a video, like after the video, respond, and you could respond with a video, and it would connect them. So they would see your video and other people would see your video. They would get notification of your video. Now it's okay with the hashtag, but there was a period of time in between that and the hashtag started to happen where you just had to, you know, hi girl, how you doing? I responded to your video. Like if you knew them, you could do that. But other than that, it was like just sending it out. So anyway, those were good days when I make a video, I don't see you, but you respond to me, I see you then, and I feel like there's that communication. I don't like it now, it's disjointed. I'm communicating to people, and when I watch other people's videos and I don't even see their face, and they haven't even really seen my video ever, what is the purpose of it? I'm not exactly sure. That's what I dislike. Okay. Number 15, what are some of the challenges and struggles you face creating on this platform? How do you overcome them? Well, I've said this already, but my computer skills are just, they're zero. It's not this, because, you know, I was even watching this sweet girl, I keep forgetting her name, the Wild Witch, the Starlight the Wild Witch. Sweet girl, when I was watching her, and she was giving so much information, and she was naming all these things, and I don't even recognize what she's talking about. I really do. It's a vocabulary to understand, like in the softwares and the sites, and I don't know what she's talking about. So that's very hard for me. It's very hard. It challenges me. That's a big challenge for me, and I don't have anybody that can help me really. And also, I feel like there is a little bit of a competition, not a competition, but people are looking for people who look like they want a witch to look like. They want a young person that's really mysterious. I'm not very mysterious. I have chickens. I'm not mysterious. And pretty witches or whatever. There's a lot of ageism. I think there's ageism. And that's a little frustrating, but that's something that carries over into life. When you get to be a certain age, there's ageism in life too, so I have to deal with it everywhere I go, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. But if that would make it a challenge or struggle, that might be one. Okay. How I overcome it? Does it say? How do I overcome it? I would say red wine. I would say red wine. Okay. 16. What is your opinion on monetization, paywalls, or other exclusive content like Patreon or other membership services? Well, monetization, I didn't realize, I said I would never monetize until one day I realized that there were ads on my channel. See, I don't see anybody's ads. For some reason, I don't see anybody's ads on, I must have some setting or something on my computer that doesn't show me ads on anybody's channel. And I didn't realize it. I said, all of a sudden I saw there were ads on my channel. And my husband, who watches me on his computer, says, oh yeah, I see ads on your channel. Are you kidding me? I didn't know they were putting ads on my channel. So at that point I said I would try to monetize, because I do have the criteria. You need 1,000 subscribers. I have 5.6 or something thousand. You have to have so many views. I have enough views. So I thought I would try to monetize. Well, you think I can? Well, apparently I don't have enough. People don't watch me. So, because even though I have a lot of subscribers, I don't get a lot of views. So I'm not going to really get any money from it. But my point on monetization is, if you're able to do that, I say do it, because somebody's getting money and you might as well get money, and it doesn't cost people, and it doesn't change the way your viewers or your subscribers are going to be treated. They're still going to see ads. They don't care if YouTube gets all the money or if you get some of it, because it's an expensive endeavor to try to make videos on YouTube. Very expensive. You have to have a lot of equipment, and it takes a lot of time, and you should. As far as pay things like Patreon and things like that, I don't use them. I would not have one. What I have to offer is for free. If you want to have private lessons or take private classes with me, I would charge you for a class, which I do I do offer classes, and I do offer things for sale. I have a cupboard or website on where I do the things that I teach you to make. If you don't want to make it yourself, I'll sell it to you. But as far as for the information I'm giving you on YouTube, that's for free. And I don't like holding some of that back for somebody else. I don't begrudge anybody for doing it. Everybody has the right to do that. I understand that. And go for it. But I'm not going to pay for it. I wouldn't pay for it. There's a lot of ways to get private information without having to pay for that. And I do recognize that a lot of them, people are just trying to have a way that they feel closer to the person. Like they have the personal, like she's my personal friend because I'm on her Patreon or whatever. So if that's important to you, go for it. Just really go for it. Why not? It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anybody. If, you don't have to do it. Nobody has to do it. Okay. Number 17, do you have boundaries on this platform? Why are I not? I'm not sure about that. I do have some boundaries. In the beginning, I wasn't showing things like, I was very worried about, not worried, I was very careful about showing things like doing spells or things like that, because there were some things that happened to a few people in the early days that caused them a lot of grief in their personal life because of things that they did on YouTube. And a lot of people got scared, and as a matter of fact, a lot of people left YouTube because they were scared because of what happened to her. So I was very careful. Now I say to myself, I do show, like I'll show a spell, but the part that's private, the actual incantation or whatever I'm saying, the actual words that I'm saying, you don't hear. I will tell you what I'm going to be asking for this, but then I will, play music or something, and so you don't hear. My spell is my personal thing. It's not anybody else's. But I show you what I do. I show you the steps and everything. So if you want to do something similar, you can. Because I think it's important for the learning process for people to see. If you don't have a frame of reference, you don't know how to do it. How are you going to do it? So I will show that. I don't, I will never sell a spell. People want to buy spells from me. I will not. I will teach you how to make one, but I will not sell one. I will sell you the things. I'll sell you oil. I'll sell you, you know, incense, those kind of things. But I'm not going to sell you the spell. I don't call anybody out. I don't name names of people that are annoying me. I don't care. Nobody has really annoyed me, so I don't really have the problem. Okay. Number 18, I'm trying to not make this too long. Number 18, do you have any current goals for your channel? Like I said, I'm trying to learn how to live stream and cut my, I talk and talk. As you can see, I'm talking, I talk and talk. I'm trying not to, but that's my sort of my style. Streamline it, make it a little succinct, don't repeat myself so many times, maybe improve my format a little bit, make it more tidy, I don't know. Give you a little tidy package. Give some tidy packages out to people. I really like to do that. I'm gonna try, we'll see. But as my husband pointed out, this is the way I talk. It takes me a long time to get to the point because I have to have a story about why I'm coming up with, that's just the way I talk. I'll try to do different. Okay, number 19, what are some of the mistakes you've made and how do you fix them? I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what kind of mistakes I've made. I'm sure I make mistakes all the time, but they're mistakes and I really don't try to fix mistakes because I don't know. I just don't understand the question too much. Other than talking too much, you know, the mistakes I've made in recording that have led people to not want to watch me. Once I can figure those out, what they are, I might try to fix them. But again, I think that's sort of maybe my personality and they just don't like my personality. So I don't know, we'll see. Number 20, what are some ways your channel has grown since your first video? I do more subjects than I did in the beginning. I did a lot of talking in the beginning and I tried to keep a lot of my personal life. In trying to keep my personal life separate, I found I was keeping my whole personal life separate, which is wrong, which is not why people are watching me. People want to know, how does a witch live? How does a witch live? What do you do with the herbs that you grow? What do you do with them after you grow them? Why do you have them? What do you know? They want to know those things. They want to know about my chickens. Why not? What do I do to protect my chickens? If I'm putting up a protection, people love that little fact that, well, I'm not going to have a chicken coop out in my yard and have them stuck out in my yard, these beautiful hens that are providing me with eggs and all the joy from coming with a chicken, and not protect them. So I'm going to share that. I'm going to share it. So I think I've added more things from my personal life in there because I think that's what people want, and it doesn't hurt me. I'm proud of what I do. I mean, I'm good at what I do and I'm proud of it, and if I can inspire you to do things, change things in your life to make your life richer and closer to the earth, I'm excited to do that. Okay, number 21, have you ever wanted to quit making videos? Why not? Like I said, I love sharing the information. I love sharing my experience. I love it. That's part of my nature. I want to, but every time I start to use my editing, every time I turn on Filmora, I want to share Filmora, I want to die. Sometimes it's just, I'm just so technically bothered by it, and I have so many problems all the time. That would be the reason I quit. That would be the reason I quit, because I really do enjoy sharing what I know. Okay. What you wish you knew before starting your YouTube channel journey, number 22. Yeah, how much time it was going to take and how much it costs to do it. And I have to say, there's people that have, you know, these big super mega channels, whether they're in which community or pagan or not, just anywhere on YouTube. I've been watching a lot of them to try to learn some technical things. They have staffs of people that work with them. They're not one person, they're a whole staff of people. They're a group or staff. All of them have at least somebody to edit for them. All of them have somebody to, most of them have somebody to hold the camera from them. They don't, you know, they have, you know, spaces set up for lighting. They have their own, all kinds of things. They have somebody researching titles for them and all this stuff. This is a business. This is a full-time business. They're making thousands of dollars. That's their business. If you want that for your business, don't make a pagan channel or witchy channel. You're not going to get rich doing this. You might make some money. You might, you might be able to have enough subscribers that you could, if you monetize, but even monetization doesn't make you a lot of money. So this is, if you're going to go into this just for the money, I would say, and that would be 24. I'm now getting into question 24 on top of that. Advice I have for other people. To please don't ever do it for the money, because I never realized how much it was going to cost me and how much time it was going to cost me. It cost me so much time out of my week. If I just want to put one video up, I'm talking several days just to do one video. So if you want to, I wish I would have known that. I might have changed my tune a little bit. Okay. 23, I skipped 23 because I jumped over 24 because I did. Number 23, do you post on other platforms? If so, what are they? Well, I have an account on Instagram, but it's really confusing because somebody who set up my account on Instagram set it up to coordinate with my web page. My blog at the time, my web page that is the company's Good Wife at the Crown House is Bird and the Crone. It's from a blog, and that's the name of my website, Bird and the Crone, because of a story relationship that I have with crows, which is another thing that a lot of people don't know, but I have a very close relationship with crows. But anyway, that's how my Instagram account was set up, and it feeds and then I have it set up so that it will anything I post on Instagram will upload to a page I have on Facebook, which is called Bird and the Crown on Facebook, which is me. But people don't know that. If they're looking for me from Good Wife at the Crown House, they don't see that. I'm not sure why it's there. That's the way it is, but that's the way it is. And I don't think I even want to fix it at this point. I don't really care. I don't do a lot of posts on Instagram. I know a lot of people got hacked on Instagram. And there's so many things now on Instagram. There are ads and all these things that are driving me crazy. I don't know. I will maybe post from time to time, but not that often. And Bird and the Crone on Facebook only really gets posts on that for that, because it's really set up in a crazy way too. I don't even know. So again, I'm challenged, which kind of affects me. And, I have to say, well, number 25, I already answered 24, which is, do you have any advice for those wishing to create a channel to realize how much time it's going to do it? And don't do it if you're just trying to get some money. Don't do it. Number 25, who will you tag? And like I said before, see, I'm all out of order. I can't even follow the instructions for this. I don't know why. Who will I tag? I'm going to tag the people that were tagged by other people who did this tag. Because I wasn't even tagged. So me tagging people is not going to really help. I don't know. Anyway, I have to say, this was fun for me to do. I hope it wasn't rude. I hope I'm not rude. It's given me some thought. This kind of a thing has really given me some thought, because I see so many people really succeeding at YouTube. And I'm really excited about that. I'm glad that they can. I do recognize that I'm not going to have the success as other people, because I don't have the following as other people, and I don't know how I've just got out of touch somehow with what's going on. I just can't keep up with it. I'm trying. I don't want to give up. I'm not going to really give up, but I'm going to try to improve a little bit just to see if I can be a part of some things, because it would be nice to be a part of some things. But I have to tell you, just as an aside, I'm a professional tarot reader. I teach tarot classes. I have been doing a lot of tarot videos on my channel for years and years and years, and watching other tarot people. And no tarot people ever know me. They don't even know who I am. None of them know me. None of them know me. And I tried to get into the tarot community a long time ago, and because I'm not a collector. I think one of the reasons I'm not a tarot deck collector. I have decks, but I don't collect. Some people are just like hundreds and hundreds of decks. That's what they do. And tarot has become associated with tarot showing, flip throughs or whatever, showing, either flip throughs or altering decks or whatever, which, you know, they're nice. I've altered a few decks, but excuse me, but I'm a reader, so I just don't. And I realize a lot of people aren't that interested in reading tarot. They just want to have the pretty cards. So I did not succeed very well into getting into the tarot community. So I don't know. I'm kind of happy to be on the outskirts, but I do want to say to the other people, if anybody watches me, that these other channels that are being recommended to you, you know, give them a look. Give them a look-see, as my mother would say, and see how they, you know, how they're working really hard. It's hard work. Anybody who makes a video really deserves to get credit for having to do it, to caring enough about to do it. So I can't see anybody getting rich in the widget community doing it. So please don't judge people. They're just trying to do it for money, because I don't think in the widget community that's even possible. They're doing it because they love who they are, and they're embracing who they are, and they want to have you learn from them and maybe learn from others. And that's really why we're here. That's really why we're here. So I hope that there's an opportunity for all of us to do that. So anyway, thank you very much if anybody watches. I appreciate it. I appreciate my years on YouTube. I'm not going away right now. So I want to thank you very much for coming to the Crone House. And my name is Rebecca, and I wish you all blessings.